today we are somewhere that dates back all the way to the 14th century. We have come all the way to Winterfell. Welcome back to Deb Explores. My name is Deb and today we're not quite in the usual place that we have been for the past few weeks vlogging. We're in fact in Scotland in the UK. We are at Doune Castle today, which you may recognise from a few various different movies and TV shows. It was the Castle Laird in Outlander, if anyone watches that. It's very famous and very well known for Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and most recently it was also used as Winterfell in the Game of Thrones TV series. But we're not really, well, we are really at Winterfell, but it's actually called Doune Castle. Doune is a little village. It's about 5 miles from the city of Stirling. So it's just one of these stereotypical little cities with just quite a little community that goes on. And then they have this very famous castle that's behind me that, because of the lighting and the wind, isn't great to see, but I will show you in a couple of minutes a lot more about Doune Castle. So we're gonna go take a journey around the castle. I've got a ticket to go inside, so we're gonna go head inside, grab an audio guide, and then enjoy our day around the castle. So come on and join me. This is one of our first stops underneath the Great Hall. So this behind me would have been the original entrance from the courtyard, but they had another entrance, which is the one I just came through, which is right here. So down here is all underneath the cellar, down the very bottom here as well. So this is down in the cellar after I almost fell down these stairs. And above me you'll see an opening in a grate, so they would put through any grain or produce, but like a service elevator, and bring them all down here underneath the Great Hall. We are going to move on somewhere else. I have an audio guide, so I am following the numbers as I go around the castle. So come join me.
Quite rough and things. Same ground.
That's not Laird.
It's so much.
Oh yeah, there we go. This here where we stand is one of the courtyard undercrofts, which would be used to store food and drink in the 14th century. They're kind of like the Edinburgh vaults I used to work in. They definitely don't smell like it though. We are standing in the kitchen, so straight ahead on that big archway was the oven, which is absolutely massive. I think they said it was 14 foot wide, and you can see the flue all the way up there. And down here at the very bottom is where they would prep their food. So on the wall you can see where they'd sharpen all the knives in the stone, which is really pretty cool. Over here, these archways would be used for serving food, which is, I guess, a bit like our expo line in today's service kitchen. We are standing in what would be Mrs. Fitz's kitchen in Outlander. But it wasn't actually filmed here because this building is so old that putting up lighting and props would have probably damaged it, which is a shame because this is history and it's absolutely stunning. So they actually recreated this whole kitchen room and filmed it in Cumbernauld Studios, which is just outside of Glasgow. But apparently it looked so much like this room that no one believed this room was even not used to film. So we're going to move on. We're going to go into the Great Hall, which is just this way. There is an archway above where you can see where the minstrels would have played and what would have been used as a fireplace in the middle. And if any of you are Monty Python fans, then this room was used as the Castle Anthrax, with the fireplace over here being the bedroom. It's movie magic. Some birds have found this place their home today. You can see the kitchens below, so into the left there's an archway. Those people just went under in a corner, which takes you into the kitchen. Oh wow. Presuming this was another fireplace. There's 7. Okay, I'm only 5'4". This is a small entryway. Oh, lovely. It's windy up here. So this room is directly above the kitchen, so though it might be noisy, it would have at least been warm, which in Scottish winter is definitely important. This room is the named Mary Queen of Scots room because legend has it that she stayed in this chamber. Though it does say, though, a high status room warmed by the kitchen below, this room is probably used by a high-ranking official rather than a royal guest. Because the entrance to this chamber is from the service quarters, which is in the kitchen below, and up those tiny little stairs that we already climbed up. So this room in here would be the ensuite bathroom, which is bigger than some I have actually seen in Edinburgh flats. Is your toilet. Drops all the way down into the courtyard. Now I'd hate to be someone passing by there. We're going to take a trip further into the castle, into another room, by going down these stairs first. They're very steep. And people are coming in both directions as well. Down here at the far end is where those of royalty or nobility would sit. So watch out in the Great Hall. It's definitely been restored, but up here would be where the minstrels would play music and entertainment for those who were dinner guests to enjoy. While in the middle here burned a fire to keep everybody warm. This Great Hall was also used in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Where I'm standing right now is where you would see some of the Knights of the Round Table having a song and dance. We're hiding in a medieval cupboard right now. This is a closet, a small inner room. It's nice to know this was labelled as a closet. The Duke goes to this way, which is a little different because instead of being a medieval decor, it is the Victorian decor because it was restored with wooden panels and coat sconces. After the day was done, the Lord or Laird of the castle would sit here and enjoy some entertainment for the evening. Some private entertainment with his guests. One of these would usually be used to heat the room, and one would maybe be used for some supper or after dinner food. I'm not sure what that animal is. Looks a bit like a deer, or I'm just going to say it's a badger because I'm a Hufflepuff. So that could be my throne. Because they're fragile, you're not allowed to sit in thrones. But I can at least sit at the king's table. There's so many little doorways that just branch off from everywhere. We're in a little room just off the Duke's hole. And I think this hole in the ground is where we were earlier, which takes us down to the storeroom below the Great Hall. It's where they would lower all the food down into storage. This isn't exactly the grandest bedroom I've seen, but this 5-sided little domed room was the bedroom of the Duke of Albany, with a fireplace there and some really pretty views over the countryside. This room here is the Duchess's bedroom, which to me seems a lot bigger than the Duke's. This alcove to the left would be used as a private place of worship for the Duke and the Duchess. So they could have their own little private place to worship. And then this alcove on the right would be where the Duchess's lady-in-waiting or any servants could stand to listen to the service. And they could listen to that through this little hole in the wall here. So if you want to eavesdrop on anyone, you want to know what's going on in that alcove next door, everyone would just crowd around here and listen. So inside this alcove it would have probably been partitioned off with a curtain somewhere here so it was more private for them, and then they'd have their own little pulpit in the corner. So we're all the way up at the top in the Duchess's hall. So this hall would have been used to entertain guests, to play with their children, to spend some time together. There would have probably been a bed in this room, not to sleep in, but just to make them, to give an idea of their riches, of their worth and how much they own. So it was a room of sort of grandeur, more than anything else. And the views up here are absolutely spectacular, looking over the whole of the land. And so they'd probably come up here just to even admire the view. This room as well was also used in every scene in Doune Castle in Monty Python. So if you're a Monty Python fan, then you might recognise some of this as well. So we're going to go take a look around. I'm going to show you around some of the views because there's windows in 3 of these corners and they are absolutely beautiful. Doune Castle, which is where we are today, was used as Castle Leoch. So all of these scenes that you saw there would have either been filmed in the castle or at Cumbernauld Studios, where they also filmed quite a lot of the scenes. I think Jamie and Claire rode up to the castle. I've not actually seen Outlander myself yet, so I can't quite picture it, but if you do, then you might recognise the scene. The crew built sets of houses and animal pens and used mist cannons to create sort of dewy Scottish effect. game of shinty was filmed over in this grassy patch just in front of me here, which is to the right of the castle from where I'm standing. From here we are going to head back down all those windy stairs again and go back out onto the courtyard, so wish me luck.
So you're going down
There's this little bit of a traffic jam at the moment because there's people coming from both directions. They're very narrow, very windy. So we're going to take our time going down those, and I will see you guys back downstairs in the castle courtyard. We are back out here in the courtyard. We made it down the stairs. So we've got one last place to visit just before we wrap up. So let's go down the stairs and head over to the well. This is a Victorian reconstruction of the well, but it is a replica of the one that used to stand here in medieval times. Doune Castle was used for filming many different scenes in various different movies, from the TV show Outlander, which was used as Castle Leoch, to Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and even to some scenes of the Netflix movie Outlaw King with Chris Pine as Robert the Bruce. This site has been used for so many different movies, as well as having so much history. It's an absolutely beautiful castle. Oh, and it was also used for Winterfell in Game of Thrones. How could I even forget that? Well, while you're up here, maybe on some nicer, sunnier days, you can go and dress up. Or you can grab your own coconuts to gallop around like you're in Monty Python. So I did go inside. I did try on one of the dresses, so I took a quick picture. There's no change room, so my t-shirt is bright blue and very obvious. I think it just depends who you get in there in regards to taking pictures, because there was girls out here earlier and they were taking pictures on that staircase just behind me there in their medieval outfits. It looked really pretty, but the guy had a little bit of a hissy fit when I tried to walk out the door and started shouting at me. Regardless, I took some pictures inside. They do have a little backdrop that you can take pictures with, and you can also get coconuts from the counter in there. But after the man shouted at me and then ran off, I decided not to ask. So we'll do that another time. Just picture it in your mind, me running around the courtyard, clanging coconut shells together, pretending I'm a horse. To actually go in the castle, you have to buy tickets. So they are £9 for an adult, and I think they're £4.50 for concessions or children. They have little guidebooks that you can buy of Doune Castle itself. They're £4. The audio guides to hire, use throughout your visit, they're free, so you just get them from where you can buy your tickets from. We have a tiny little gift shop area, so you can get your audio guide there and you just type in the numbers as you go. There's 3 Outlander locations that tell you a little about the set and the scenes that were shot there, and then the rest of it is all just general about the castle. At the end it'll say if you want to hear more about Monty Python in the set, then you can just hit the green button again to play, and it'll go on about more about Monty Python and what was set in there, since so much of the Holy Grail was set in this castle behind me. That concludes our time at Doune Castle. We've been around the castle, been in a lot of the various different rooms, managed to see quite a lot today, and because the schools are still in session, it's not been insanely busy. There's a few tour buses just arrived now, so it has gotten a little bit busier. There's lots to see, lots to do. It's educational, as well as if you're a movie buff, there's a lot of information on all the movies that were shot here, and TV shows as well. So it's got that kind of history and that kind of fame to it as well. And it's a very nice day out to get out the house and breathe in that Scottish air, and thankfully that smell of dung that was here earlier when I arrived, that I've just gotten used to it. It could be either. But anyways, if you have enjoyed this video, then remember to high five that little like button, hit subscribe for more videos coming to you from Scotland for the summer, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.